221 in our 6 Railway Terrace. Opening hours are Tuesday till Saturday. We're open from 10:30 till 6:30. Minimum price is £30. Even if you want us to do a little line, it's £30.
More bonds.
You said more bond as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna use up more bonds.
But you were calling nice biscuit, nice biscuit.
Bro, you might explain that the other day.
Black History Activity Books.
You are watching Black History Activity Books TV.
Yeah.
So we are Apex Inc. We call ourselves the coolest rebels. We're a bit different to anything the tattoo industry's seen before. We're based in Birmingham, UK.
I've been a tattoo artist for 8 years. I knew a girl who had a tattoo on her leg. It was cool, and I asked her where she got it from. I went to pop-up tattoo shop, man. It was trash, bro. I just was drawing there. I went and got a tattoo first. After I got the tattoo, I was speaking to the guy, showed him a couple of drawings. I was just like, yo, can I draw here? Bro, I just stayed there drawing and kind of just bought a tattoo kit and just went from there, bro. Let me just state the tattoo kit that I bought was garbage. It was off eBay, bro. So like a lot of stuff that that we don't use now. But the tattoo kit came a gun. It was probably like 5 tips. It came in a little case, like a box like this, and you open it. It's got the tattoo gun there, a little power pack, some cheap model inks. And it was just tacky, bro. Everything was tacky about it. It cost me about £150. But that's what happens when you don't know about the stuff, innit? I'd say the beginning stuff was more so just watching people replicating and doing it until I met a guy from Black Diamonds. He basically kind of showed me some fundamentals, helped me develop a kind of style and some understanding of different ways to approach things. So that was the guidance that I had, but other than that, it's pretty much self-taught, bro.
So what was your first tattoos like? That's what I want to know.
I have some on myself.
To be honest, the first tattoo I ever did, bro, I'd never touched a tattoo gun other than like setting up for my friend. I literally got the gun the day I got it, set up in the corner, and I tattooed my leg. No prior knowledge of what to do really, just what I'd seen. Stretched the skin and just drew on there, bro. It's on my leg still.
What is it?
Like a Hakuna girl or something like that. I'm like, yo. And I did it upside down, bro. From there, I ain't stopped, bro. Tattooed myself, tattooed friends. Me and my brother tattooed each other. That's who I started with. So there was 2 of us, but unfortunately he stopped tattooing. I had a break from tattooing for about a year. I just totally fell out of love with it. So I felt like anything I was doing, like in those months that were coming to me needing that break, I just feel like my heart wasn't in it. And I feel like if your heart's not in it, then you shouldn't be doing it in anything you do. Tagassa and numerous family members were like, yo, you're gonna give it up. And I was just like, you know what, nah, I don't actually wanna. And I just refound the love. That's the easiest way I can put it. I read the idea together like, yo, should we open a shop? And everything I do, so if I do a tattoo today, I'm gonna aim to do that tattoo 2 times better the next time. I don't have a mentor above me. I think certain things that other artists have learned, that I've had those high caliber mentors that are telling them don't do this, and I think I have to work twice as hard to figure that out, and maybe it will take like twice as long as it does for them, but I'll get there in the end. Like, yo, so I'm always aiming to do better than what I did yesterday.
You mentioned working on black skin. Tell me, like, what is it like working on black skin, and what do you hope to achieve?
You know what it is with black skin, is from what I know of the industry and from what I've researched and me and Gas have looked into, it's taboo, bro. It doesn't showcase or highlight work as easy as fairer skin. So my aim is to tackle that, bro, and get that high quality work and have it highlighted on dark skin. Obviously the darker the skin, the harder it is, but there's ways that you tackle that. And as an artist, I think, you know, instead of giving up or like, oh, we don't tattoo brown skin or dark skin, you need to tackle it and find out which way you can do it, because it's not impossible. There's many artists out there who tattoo people of dark skin and produce awesome work. So it's just basically just finding out how to tackle it. I guess obviously for the inks that I would use on someone who's fair skinned, I would shift them down to somebody who was darker skinned. So obviously the extra light that I'm going to put into a fair skinned person isn't going to show up on a darker skinned person. And also simplifying the tattoo. If someone's got darker skin, you're not going to want to add all 7 different shades. Like, your tonal range is going to be crazy. Let's simplify it, just have 3, a dark, a medium and a light. and then do it. And that way, in my opinion, you can create the same. It's crazy because I don't think there's a lot of black artists that come forward and talk about it. It's like putting white on a chalkboard. You'd think it'd work like that because it's darker skin, that the white's going to show up more, but it's like it has a reverse effect. It's muddy and stuff like that. I guess staying away from certain things that don't complement a person's skin tone is always a smart choice. I don't do colour. A majority of the people I deal with don't always have fair skin in it. So that's why I stick to black and grey, because that works for me.
Yeah. Tattoo wise, I wanted a sleeve. I didn't want it done by anyone else but CJ. I seen a few pieces of his work, and after getting to know him, I was just like, straight away, I don't want no one else to do my work. After speaking and kind of getting more interested into the industry and learning certain things and then composing my sleeve, that's what kind of sparked my interest. A year after probably my first few tattoos, CJ come to me with an idea and was just like, bro, I'm thinking about opening a shop.
Like obviously, I deal with the art and creation side of things and he deals with the business side of things. It's kind of just now, bro, a year in, it's merged to where sometimes if I'm tattooing and a customer comes in, if he didn't know how to deal with the art side of things, they'd have to wait. Or we'd have to be like, oh, I don't know anything. But he's pattern sleeves, designs, give consultations when I haven't been here. My side of the expertise has rubbed off on you.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
Otherwise, because there's times where he's been away.
You learn on the job, innit? So
yeah, it's like that, bro.
Once stepping through the door and kind of seeing how everything goes. Because you come in here with kind of like a vague image of what you think it's going to be like.
Times where people come in and you don't want to do something, you have to present that to them without offending them and either tell them you don't want to do it, or in my opinion you should compromise, so still find a way to give them what they want but also something that you want to do as well. Because if I'm unhappy tattooing something, you're not gonna get that 100%, even though I would still try it. And if they're not happy with something I'm creating, there's nothing I can do to remove it once it's done. So it's about just making sure that the customer is happy and you're happy as well.
So what's been like some of the hurdles? Have you come across times when you've had conflict?
I feel like I can say there's never been any conflict between us, because the reason I chose him to go into partnership, because they say friends and business don't mix, and I agree unless you find somebody who's like-minded. I think there's been disagreements, but it's always 2 days later, one of us will come to the other and be like, you know what, bro, I think you made the right choice. We have had customers who don't listen, but I think as long as you keep a calm and cool head, it's never really a conflict. Conflict sounds like aggression, and we ain't had that in here, bro. It's more so just making them understand, like, yo, we actually care about what our customers are getting or doing if they're on.
I'd say one of them was we have to find ways now how we can keep that customer happy, because we don't want them leaving here thinking, yo, I don't really like the way they.
I think that falls under business etiquette, you know. And this is coming from my side. I've never had my own business and never been the face of a business. Now that I am, you kind of realise that coming from the background that I've had, fam, sometimes like when someone comes in or speaks to you a bit rude, over time you learn how to deal with that. I don't know, it's like you learn how to express or get your point across to where people can understand that you're trying to help them in it. I think if you do things right, that's always going to be taken care of. Bro, it's about making sure that the customer's happy in it.
You know what, that's what I like about you guys, the code of conduct. There's like a certain etiquette that you have, so you've got morals as artists.
Yeah,
so tell me, like, what are your top 3 tips for someone that if they wanted to come in and get a tattoo, never had a tattoo before, what kind of tips would you give them?
Think about what you're getting. That is one of the main things I would say. Definitely think hard about what you're getting.
We'll give you an example. I got my first tattoo at 15. I hate it, bro. It's some tribal tattoo that my mum drew. I wanted a tattoo. I just wanted one, so I got it. He got his first tattoo at 25, and there was a theme and correlation to himself. So my advice is, get something that relates to you. You get what I'm saying? Don't just get something for the fun of it until you've already got tattoos. People out there who are tattoo collectors, so they get things that correlate to them, whether it be they're interested, their favourite horror movie, they get that it relates to them. When you get something you don't relate to, there comes a time where you might regret it. Research into different styles of tattooing. So like YouTube now, it's not 10, 20 years ago, bro. You can find out everything you need to know off YouTube. So look at healing, like Aftercare, look at different styles, go on forums and speak to other people who collect tattoos, because that stuff's there. You can go on forums, even as a tattoo artist, and speak to somebody, or go onto a facts page and just speak with hundreds of people who have got different opinions. Like, doing your research helps, because obviously we can tell you, yeah, we use Bepanthem and it works for everybody. Like, you could use that and have a reaction.
I would say that's the next point, actually. Always listen to the artist's opinion of the healing process. Do not go away and think you're gonna just put baby oil or something random on your tattoo once it's healed, because that is gonna destroy our artwork. So just listen to what we've got to say in terms of the healing process, because not to say we know what's best, but being in this industry, we're gonna know what we do and what makes our tattoos heal.
What works for us, isn't it?
How can you destroy a tattoo?
A tattoo, bro, technically is an open wound. You like if you're a smoker and you're smoking all day and then you're sitting there rubbing your tattoo, bro, that's just bare bacteria on your hands. Using Aftercare, don't touch the tattoo. Don't pick the tattoo, because it's gonna get itchy. It's gonna form a light scab. Most people will look at that and want to pick it because it's itchy, but that's just going to destroy the tattoo. Holidays, a lot of people are trying to get tattoos and then go sit in Jamaica for 3 weeks. That's intense sun. That hasn't finished healing.
Peel and everything.
You're gonna damage it.
Yeah.
Swimming baths, swimming on holiday. There's chemicals in swimming baths.
Not using the correct creams. Just make sure you use what we recommend. Do not use anything random.
And then the same thing again, coming on the research. If you have eczema and you have got a tattoo, research to find out how other people with eczema have dealt with things, because I know that certain creams have chemicals in there that will flare up your eczema. But the person who came in here before and was on heavy medication and wanted to get a tattoo, and they only spoke to me because they mentioned that they had an operation. So I said, does that mean you're on medication? I was like, yeah. And I was like, I can't tattoo you because I don't know what that's doing to your blood. I don't know what that's doing to you. And God forbid I did tattoo you without you knowing, and then it had a reaction.
One of the questions you asked earlier about someone coming in and getting a tattoo, make sure your blood sugars are correct. Prepare yourself, eat, drink, refresh yourself before coming to get any tattoos, because that's a major thing.
A good friend of mine
faint,
just come in and not ate and just gone green within 5 minutes of tattooing.
Yeah.
And literally passed out. And if we didn't react quick enough, there's some serious problems. Alcohol a day prior to tattooing can just be a nightmare for me. It thins out the blood. My friend, he's kind of a heavy-set guy. He's actually become our friend through the shop, innit? I asked him if he drank, and he was like, "Oh, bro, I've had a couple." I said, "How many's a couple?" He's like 10. I'm tattooing him, and this guy's literally just like. So I'm just have to call it quits. Like, I can't tattoo you, bro. Like.
So what's the market like here in Birmingham for a black tattoo artist?
We're unique to some, because there's a lot of people out here that are looking for what we do.
There's a lot of people looking for specifically black artists. They want someone with the same heritage as them to tattoo.
But just having that understanding, like, well, you're black, so how do you deal with our skin?
What's your vision with Apex? Where are you looking to take it? Where do you see yourself in like 10 years, 5 years?
I see this establishment, first of all, running with at least 4 to 5 artists, piercers, just busy every day, books filled out probably 6 months in advance, and just constantly producing banging artwork. So in terms of goals, as long as that is being pushed out, that is the main thing.
But me personally as an artist, I level up. I'm constantly watching new videos, looking for new artists to inspire me. Traveling as well, we spoke about this, innit?
Yeah,
like traveling. There's an artist called Jun Char that he specialises in statuesque work, bro, and he'd be flying out to Rome and places like that where that stuff kind of it's there, and going with a camera to the museum and taking pictures and then coming back and drawing some crazy stuff.
You're officially one of our sponsors for the launch. Like, what are you looking forward to, and October the 5th?
Reaching a wider audience. There's a lot of people who don't know who we are. There's a lot of people who see the shop and just think it's a standard tattoo shop, and if you get to meet me and CJ, trust me, we are not the standard, we are not the average people you will meet. Loads of people come through the door and are literally amazed with how we are. They've never met anyone like us before, so once we're hitting people like that, we can't constantly expose that, because like I said to you before, we're not the best on camera. It's one of them things where, for us now, hitting that wider audience and letting people know what we do.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, awareness, just bringing awareness.
I'm a simple man, you know. I'm just looking forward to everything on that day, you know.
Yeah, the food.
No, not even so much the food. There's gonna be food.
Yeah.
Alright then, now we're talking. Like, yo, just interacting with everyone. Well, in those settings, it's not one of my strong points. I'm more of a, like, when I'm in the headquarters, it's my dojo. I will come out my shell, but in them places, I tend to be more reserved. So I think just getting out there and speaking to people, different other people that are there. I'm inspired by anything, you know, bro. Like, I could speak to somebody that does something that's got zero correlation with what I do and come away like, bruv, I gotta try some stuff tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm like, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know, just meeting all type of people, bro.
What made you want to sponsor?
Support, bro.
Yes.
Everyone needs support, man. And if you can do even just like this much, bro, that's more than enough. It's hard to say. I don't want to go too deep into it, but bro, it takes zero time, fam, to like or share or even speak about someone else's stuff. So just support, bro, and we support each other, fam. We grow bigger in it.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
definitely.
I think any business that comes and shows us love and interest and stuff like that, we will try to give as much as we can back. Yeah, I'm like that.
I would say, plus being an inspiration to the community as well.
Facts.
There's not, you don't meet two black guys with dreads tattooing or in the tattoo industry. This is a rare thing that's going on right now. For someone who's young and kind of thinking to themselves, okay, I've only got this option for life or this route, this journey. Nah, mate, there's so much things you can look at. There's people out there who probably thought about tattooing before and thought to themselves, nah, that's not really my industry. You see two people like us within the industry and it's inspiring.
If you sponsor something, it means that you want to see them grow as well.
Yeah,
so if you sponsor something, you're intrigued. Like, we don't do anything, bro, to gain anything back. I think if you're gonna do something or if you're gonna sponsor somebody, you do it because you want to see them grow. You want to help. You want to have your input. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, fam. Every little helps. You know, those Tesco models there.
I mean, you've been like a big brother to me anyway, and I can see the community work that you're putting in. The Black History books, bro, alone.
Facts.
The people who you're traveling to see globally, bro, is just different. So
yeah, you're inspiration, bro. I never met
well.
you until today, bro. But I've heard a lot about you, bro, and I can't lie. I've been inspired. I think what you're doing, fam, is amazing, fam, and we need more people doing it. So
most definitely,
we can sponsor you, fam, and have some of our following branch over, then mission accomplished.
Win.
You asked me a question about this industry or my understanding of it. I'm gonna tell you, bro. You asked me how to do something. I'm gonna tell you, fam, because I feel like, bro, you see, when you have a craft, you shouldn't be intimidated by young people coming in the craft and outshining you. You get me, bro? If you do what you're meant to do, be passionate about what you do. You shouldn't have to worry about someone else outshining you because you're doing what you do. But you should bring them in.
Yeah.
You get me? Always bring them in because, yo, you see what it is? You never do it for this reason, but you never know, fam. You could bring somebody in, fam, and give them that opportunity, that one chance, bro, and they blow crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And then they return the favour. It's
youth
not
as
for
well.
that, but
to
that
the
can
youth,
happen.
I would
you know
say
what I mean?
we've definitely kind of been the big brothers of this area in terms of where we are as well. Loads of the young people coming here and they love being around us because we're gonna
fun.
Yeah, we're fun. Plus, when it's time to talk to you sternly, we're gonna do that. We're gonna let you know what you're doing is wrong. We're not gonna beat around the bush and tell you, okay, that's the right thing to do.
Glorify no stupidness.
Yeah,
we
don't
kind of
glorify
been
no
there and
foolishness.
lived through our own stupidness. I'm not gonna glorify or try to push that onto any young people.
Most
I'd rather
definitely.
see the young people doing stuff now because they are inspiring in their own little way. In the sense of like, yo, they're way more unruly than we was, but they're more forward in their talent and like yo, just you gotta do what you love, bro. And
If
you
you
just
follow
have to
your
step-
passion,
yeah,
follow your heart.
passion,
Yo, the memories started flowing.
Like, as being role models to like young people in the area, who have been your role models? Like, you, like, to me, you're pioneers, you're trendsetters.
I'll be honest, fam. My first role model will be, you know who I'm gonna say,
Will
fam?
Smith, bro.
Will Smith,
Smith,
you get
bro.
me? He's a legend. But from Brom, one of my role models, you get me, and did mentor me for a piece. Jay, the tattoo artist from Black Diamonds. That's a good friend of mine. Like I said, I didn't have much mentoring in there, but he showed me things that no one else had showed me, fam, and helped me outside of tattooing, in personal life, in many situations, and helped me overcome many stuff. So I most definitely would say he was a big role model for me, and still is. Tattoo wise, bro, there's quite a few, but Henry Strong, bro. You know what I mean, that guy, bro. He created his own style of tattooing. Danger Dave is from Atlanta.
From Atlanta.
He's sick.
One of the best black artists we've seen anyway, for sure. Family members that have been within business. So for me, trying to be a young entrepreneur and kind of getting into that field, family members, my brother's been a big part of it as well. I would say he's been one of my key role models.
These
Just
guys,
kind of staying away from certain things that he could have been involved in when he was younger and kind of just sticking to his guns and following one route. That kind of made me realize that, wow, there's actually ways out of things that we think we're stuck in, things we think we're knee deep in. Sometimes you think to yourself, there's no way out. Clearly there is. And there's many other people who I can name as well. But
He's in our shop right now on the walls. Bob Marley, Muhammad Ali, you get me? Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, because all of them man have shown me, fam. You see, when you fight for what you believe in, fam, you get results. Tigasso as well is a big role model for me, cause we're from the same world, fam, but we both had different upbringings and we both took different routes to come to the same point. He's definitely a role model to me because there's certain things that he's done that I haven't done, and I'm guessing vice versa as well. So it's one of them. I do look up to my man.
if you're not working with someone who you're inspired by, then what's the point?
Thanks, bro. Thank you.
You might as well drop the mic and walk out the building.
Might as well.
I'm just gonna fade like. I wish I had an elevator, bro.
Where can people find you?
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is Apex Inc. UK.
Google as well. Just Google Apex Inc. UK, we will pop up.